Hello everyone, this is Manjula Devi P, working as Assistant Professor in GFGC Kanakpura. In this session, I would like to discuss about one of the concept in Unit 2 of Environment Appraisal of Strategic Management of BBA 6th semester, Bangalore University. So what is the topic that we are going to discuss under this chapter is technological environment. So what is the technological environment and how it is going to affect the operation of the business, and what are the strategic decisions that the business has to consider when there is a change in the technological environment. So first and foremost, what is technological environment? So technological environment includes the science and technology in the country, the related aspect to the science and technology, like the level of technological progress, the institutional arrangement for the development, that means the extent of research and technology, and the application of new technology and innovation of the new technology in the country, and what are the the government support for the new technology. So these are all part of the technological environment. So now you all know, like any operation or any business for that matter, we have technology in place. Like compared to say the last decade, if you see how things were working and how things are today, whether it is in production sector, whether it is in service sector, or even in the primary sectors like agriculture, fishing. So everywhere we can see that the technology has put its own mark. Or even in the households, the way the usual course of the house is done is completely changed because of the technology. We have machines, we have sophisticated machines for each and every activity that can be done, isn't it? So that way, from the point of view of strategic management, the technological environment scanning becomes very important because it is directly related to the production process. Again, not just the production, technology is having its own impact on all the activities. Okay, let's see how each activity of the business is related to the technological environment. So what is the feature of technological environment? First and foremost, it is an element of macro environment. Okay, any new technology comes, it is part of the macro environment. Unless and otherwise you yourself are innovating something new in your organization through your own research and development, and you are just using it inside your business only, not letting it out, then that is your own micro part. But generally the technology which is available, it is part of the macro environment. Then the most important feature, I would say, it is dynamic. That means technology keeps changing. Okay, I usually give the example of say music. Let's say music. Okay, if we see the timeline, so how this concept of entertainment through music has changed its phase. Like maybe in our grandfather's age, they had something called gramophone. Like in one house, in one village, maybe the most rich person used to have a gramophone probably. Okay, then came the music and entertainment through radios. Okay, then of course through tape recorders, there was something called tape recorder, and there used to be cassettes. Okay, then after tape recorder, there came, we had something called floppy disks. Then after that, there was something called a CD. Again in CD, there were so many types of versions of CDs came. Okay, then the Blu-ray disc came, then many things came. Then we started carrying the music in pen drive. Okay, using pen drives. So then came the concept of the online music. Okay, today we have so many sites, like whether it is Gaana, whether it is like so many Wink, so many websites where you just have to listen the music online. If you want to download, again the cost of downloading is also very minimal. Okay, so that means like the concept of music the way it was before, the way it is today, it's changed. Again, if it is movie, like if I give give the example of this technology changes, like whole day I can talk about it, you know, because again movies, the concept of movies was so different. Okay, not very old, like if you say 25 years before also, it was not the scenario what is today. Okay, again when it comes to movies, like maybe people had to go to theaters, stand in long queue, buy the ticket. Okay, there used to be black tickets also, that means you had to pay more to buy the ticket for the popular movies and all. So then the concept came of multiplexes. Okay, multiplex came into picture, then online booking of the tickets came. Today we are seeing the movies, you want to see any movie, you go to your OTT platform, whether it is Amazon Prime, whether it is Woot. There are so many online platforms have come. You can just see the movie which is just got released. Even movies are getting released online, as there is no much scope for releasing in the theaters or things like that. So now it has gone to releasing through online platforms. So that means this entire concept of watching movie has changed. You can watch at any time any movie anywhere you want, provided you have that device, you have internet connected to the device, you either have a smart TV or smartphone, you can watch any movie, any music, okay, any entertainment for that matter. So what I am trying to say, it is dynamic. That means the technological facets keeps changing. Okay, today there is something, to who knows tomorrow. Today we have all this online music, online movie concept, so we don't know down the lane after 5 years what would be the scenario. Okay, then the next feature is has great influence on the process of conversion of inputs to outputs. I would say technology has its impact on all the aspects of the business organization, right from productions, operations, even the way you do marketing, even the way you do procure your human resource, everything has its own, I mean, has impacted by the technology. But if I say the most important impact or influence will be on the production and operation, that is the way we convert the inputs into outputs, that entire process, because mostly we are talking about mechanization here. Again, in the mechanization there are so many technologies available, there's so many different types of machines. It could be automated, or it could be handled by human resource, or it could be programmed. So we have so many different types of machine technologies which has come into picture, which is having an active part in the conversion of inputs to outputs. Then the next feature, if we go, it is self-reinforcing. So that means it's like it keeps changing. Suppose there is one new technology which has come and people find some improvement needed of that technology, then a new version comes. Like just example, your mobile phones or your laptops or even your TVs. Like some version comes and then they'll find that some new change or something is needed, to be added or to be taken out, then they add some more features to it and they'll come up with a new version. So that means it is self-reinforcing, like after day the new technology or the new things comes into picture. Okay, so these are some of the features of the technological environment. So what are the factors? This is important. Being a strategist or being the part of the business organization, what is that you have to look in the technological environment? What is the factors? What are the factors that you have to see? First and foremost, constantly have a watch on the pull of technological change. So keep watching what is the technological change that is happening in the economy. Like I gave the example of music, movies and mobile phones, like that. For your business sector, whether you may be a textile manufacturer, you may be an automobile manufacturer, you may be any business for that matter. Okay, so what is the technology or what is the changes in the technology that's happening in your surrounding or in your way of your industry? Okay, Then what are the opportunities that is arising out of technological innovation? Of course, technology may pose a threat, also may give you an opportunity. Threat in the sense where your technology, what you are using is obsolete, or it is leading to low productivity, or maybe because of the new technology your products and services are less attractive. So these could be the threats that may happen. But look for the brighter side. What is the opportunity that it is giving out? Like today we are seeing, because of all these pandemic issue, maybe because of all these lockdowns and stringent rules, we see that more and more dependency on the online services, like whether it is food delivery, whether it is grocery delivery, whether it is coaching and teaching. So it's all happening through online, isn't it? Life cannot stop, isn't it, because of any pandemic situation. It has to go on. Then we have to find the new ways of doing it. So here it is giving an opportunity for the businessmen to think innovatively, to find the ways in which through technology they can solve the issues. So it gives, you look for the opportunities that it can arise. Then risk and uncertainty of technological development. Of course, any new technology which comes, of course it comes with its own risk, okay, because first and foremost it would be costly, like initially to at least to adopt to it or to install it in your system. Of course it is costly, it involves outflow of the resources. Then after that, the efficiency rate at which it works, or the expected whatever the service or goods that you want it to be produced. So it could be uncertain, it could be risk, and like the training that is needed for carrying out the technology in the organization, or the consumer preferences for this new technology. So all those things could be having its own risk and uncertainty element. So you also have to look into the aspect of to what extent, to what degree you can actually take this risk and cope with the uncertainties. Then again, the next factor, role of R&D in the country and government's R&D budget. That means what is government's interest in that particular technology, whether government is for it. Like when we talk about the telecom, there are series of technology. We have 2G, 3G, 4G, now 5G is coming up, isn't it? So that means whether government actually wants it to happen, or for example any other technology for that matter, what is the encouragement by the government, or what is the extent of research and development that the government is encouraging. So all these things have to be considered, because there may be a technology which is very nice, very good, but government may not approve it, okay. So you also have to see into that aspect of the legal aspect of adopting the technology. So these are the factors which you have to consider in the technological environment. Then what are the common issues? Basically, what are the common questions that every organization have to address? Quite natural. So I am suppose a manufacturer, I have to see what are the technologies, okay, which is used by the company. Suppose I am a manufacturer, say I am a manufacturer of textile. So here for textile, right from the cloth sieving to the like what are the different departments I have in my organization, from the stitching department, from the embroidery, from dispatching, from all those making the designs of it. So what are the technology that I can use, that I am supposed to be using? Like when it comes to sieving machines, so before it was manual, like we had to pull, it was done manually, that sieving thing. But then came the electric machines, where you don't have to press it through your leg, you just have to operate it through the buttons. Then again in the sieving machine itself, many things have come up, like it's like you can do multiple operations in through one machine, like embroidery, so many designs, everything can be done through one single machine. So that means being a textile manufacturer, I have to see what are the technologies that I can use. Then which technologies are utilized in the company's business, products or their parts. So right now what is the technology I am using? So what is that I can use right now, what is it used? Like, is there any gap between this? Then how critical is each technology to each of these products and businesses? Like the new technology which has come up, how critical, how important it is. And again I have to also think about the cost element, the risk element, uncertainty element, and any new technology comes, I have to make background preparation, I have to train my employees, I have to keep the supporting system ready if there is any breakdown of the new technology. So all those elements I have to keep, I have to look what is the present technology I have, what are the probable technologies I can adapt, how important it is. Then again I was talking about the investment aspect, the risk aspect of the investment, then the approval by the government. So these are all the important issues that I have to address when I am talking about the technology. So if I just have to give a recap, so hope the concept of technological environment scanning is clear to all of you. So again, technology acts as an opportunity, gives an opportunity and also sometimes a threat for the business if you are rigid, if you are not ready to change. So again, no business can exist without the use of technology, though the technology is most important in productions and operations, but no, you can apply the new technology in any sector, in any department. For example, marketing, the way you do marketing of your product or service, like I was talking about, nowadays most of it has become online based, internet based services. Again, procurement of human resource, again procurement as well as the working of human resource. So now because of this pandemic, so most of it is work from home. So what are the different softwares that you have to adopt it so that the work from home can be possible? What are the different marketing techniques that you can use through online or through different technology to suit for the present scenario? And again, when it comes to finance, what are the new ways of procurement of the finance through the use of technology, isn't it? So now everything, like if you are issuing shares, it is all in demat form. You are not actually giving them the share certificate by putting your seal and sign. So now it is all digital signature, it is all dematerialized certificates, isn't it? That's nothing but you are using technology in the finance also. So as I said, there is no department where you are not using the new technology. Like the entire organization, each and every nook and corner of the organization has to be open for the changes in the technology and has to adopt for it. Okay. Then these are some of the references which I have used for preparing these material, and also you can use them for further studies. Okay. Thank you very much. We will meet in the next slide.